What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and enjoy some funny Canadian memes. It is time yet again to discover what the internet has decided to provide me today to understand Canadian culture in a form that even I can understand. Silly pictures with words on them. Even I can attempt to understand Canada in this form. So, honestly, I do enjoy the Canadian memes quite a bit because not only are they very funny and very entertaining, but oftentimes they're actually kind of insightful and educational in a way. Like, you get these references to Canadian culture that you don't really get anywhere else. And at times, also get a little disturbed and a little confused. And as usual, I will do my best to interpret and dissect the true meaning behind these internet Canadian memes. And with that being said, let's take a look at what we have today. In Canada, we play a game called Am I on the Road? Oh my god, this is terrifying. Honestly, this is probably something like Canadians experience that Americans really don't. I do have some questions like, do all Canadians see out the front of their car window as if they are looking at they're looking through a 2007 flip phone camera? Does it I don't know if the image quality is the problem here. It's just so difficult to see, and you're operating a vehicle, and this is actually kind of terrifying to think this is a situation that's kind of common in Canada in the winter. So I firmly believe Canadians must be much better drivers in the snow. Americans are scary. Even me, I'm a little scary when I get out there in the wintertime on our little half an inch of snow that happens once a year, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's a blizzard of the century out there, and it's this much snow that is gone by midday. But we gotta pretend our winter is kind of extreme as well. Makes us feel good. So all right, what else do we have here? Remember how we were saving for a house? Well, surprise! Oh my god. So, okay. He is covering his wife's eyes. We're saving for a house. Then he reveals that all of their money is now gone. That they were trying to save up for a house because he filled up the car full of gas. Is gas what are the gas prices like in Canada? I actually don't know this. I understand what the meme is telling me, but I actually don't personally know this reference because I don't know what gas costs in Canada, to be honest. But this makes it sound like it's a lot because it's the price of, a down payment for a house. So that's unfortunate. But honestly, this is a good one. There was a huge gasoline crisis going on in the United States. I don't know how, 6 months back, 8 months back, how long was it? Where gas shot up to, I don't know, twice as much it is now or something like that, and everyone was losing their mind. So if it's anything like that, this is accurate. The meme is accurate. For Canadians, I'm sorry. Okay, USA. If mosquitoes up in Canada are so bad, why don't you just buy bug spray? Yeah, Canadians. Are mosquitoes a big issue in Canada? I've actually never heard an American say anything about the mosquitoes in Canada, but I don't want to be a party pooper with the memes, so I'm going to play along. Well, yeah, Canada, if your mosquitoes are so bad, why don't you just use bug spray? Duh. Meanwhile, mosquitoes in Canada, they're literally drinking out of the bug spray. That's scary. Mosquitoes are kind of scary, already. And if they're like this in Canada, drinking out of the bug spray, I don't know if this is an exaggeration. I don't know if this is photoshopped. I hope this is fake, because this is genuinely terrifying if this ever happened. And wherever this mosquito is and whatever offspring it has, I don't want to be anywhere near it. So I'm a little concerned. I see why the bug spray isn't working out for Canadians. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll never say it again. Just use the bug spray. It's like, no, that makes them stronger. It makes them stronger, darn it. Get it through your head, American. Okay, I get it. What else do we have? It is a cage. It says, welcome back, Mama Goose. Okay, is there a goose in there? A Canadian goose. Oh, I know the stories about Canadian geese. I know the stories. Traffic, slow down. Canada geese nesting, stay back. Oh, so do Canadian geese come back and nest in certain areas? And Canadians have barricades ready to protect them? In America, this would be to keep the Americans out, like to keep people from interacting with the animals, with the geese. But in Canada, I feel like this is set up to keep the geese in, to keep the geese locked in. It's the opposite. Like the humans need to be protected from the Canadian geese. That's what I've learned, and okay, and the fact that there is a literal fence set up to contain them kind of backs up my theory. All right, next we have what people think when I say I'm Canadian. Yeah, this is actually okay. What do we have here? This is definitely a lot of American stereotypes of Canadians. The plaid shirt, absolutely. He even has a Canadian flag mouse pad. Never seen that before, but that's a nice touch. The beer and axe, yes. For some reason, a big Canadian stereotype Americans have is the bearded lumberjack wearing a plaid shirt with an axe in the snow, preferably living in an igloo. That, which is like very, now that I've learned a bit more about Canada, that's like such a strange stereotype for us to kind of focus in on. There's so many other things that have like a bit more like truth to them, you can say, like that Canadians enjoy maple syrup flavored things or enjoy poutine that aren't so like ridiculously inaccurate, like that Americans think Canadians live in igloos or are all lumberjacks. That's like unless there's some kind of Canadian lumberjack society I don't know about. For all I know, I don't know. It just seems like the stereotype needs some adjusting, you know? How's that for a criticism? Got the polar bear in the back. That's a nice touch. Yeah. Oh, the Timbits. Timbits. See, Americans don't even know about Tim Hortons. That's the thing. That's not part of the stereotype, I have to say. If we're talking about this, I mean, if I'm getting in the weeds on this topic, Americans don't know about Tim Hortons. Certainly don't know about Timbits. So, funny enough, that's not even really part of it. Maybe Americans that are further north than I've ever lived, like closer to the Canadian border, maybe they know about that stuff. But most Americans are dead set on the lumberjack thing, honestly. And the use of a. What else do we have here? When a snowplow driver sees me finishing up my driveway, we have Leonardo DiCaprio as your snowplow driver, chuckling because he is decimating your driveway with the snowplow. This is so mean. Man, this makes me feel bad if this has happened to anybody. Now, unfortunately, this picture right here, this Canadian is about to get absolutely decimated by this wall of snow. But honestly, this is probably how you would feel if the snowplow got any of the snow on your driveway. Yeah, not really a problem that we can relate to in the United States. For many states, at least, because the snowplows only get dusted off and brought out of storage like twice a year in a lot of places. And they are not nearly this powerful. Unless this is an exaggeration, I don't know. Funny, though. Okay, American. You Canadians are very polite and boring. What you guys do for fun? The American in this doesn't even talk right. What you guys do for fun? Canadians, we watch your election. Oh God. I mean, I wish I could say that is fun. I mean, sadly, I think, like for Americans, it's probably kind of terrifying at this point. watching American elections and American politics. It's not even enjoyable at this point. It's just kind of scary. Oh man. All right. Next we have a what do you call these things? Oh, a Venn diagram or I forget the word for this, but the three circles that overlap. And it has fries, gravy, and cheese. And where they all intersect, you get Canada, because these are the ingredients to a poutine. I understand this reference. Honestly, if I look at this, it's supposed to mean things where like two of the circles overlap, but there's nowhere that really just serves gravy and cheese. I mean, America serves fries and cheese. Like, there could be a little American flag on the bottom left where fries and cheese overlaps. But yes, poutine, very Canadian, very gravy, cheesy, and fry-y. So, yeah, I get this. I understand this reference. I know some stuff. All right, what else? Barber. What kind of cut you want? Guy. Ever been to Saskatchewan? Barber. Say no more, fam. What? I don't know much about Saskatchewan or Saskatchewan hairstyles or style. Is Saskatchewan like really into Minecraft or something that we got the block haircut? What on earth is this reference? I don't get it. I don't know if there's any accuracy to this. I have a lot of questions. Like, are Canadians in Saskatchewan like bringing back the perfectly rectangular cut? And if so, more power to you. That's all I can say about that. All right, interesting. Okay, meanwhile, in Canada, sleeping on just typical Canadian behavior here. I don't even understand why this is a meme. This is just average Canadian behavior. Sleeping on a bed made of snow. I remember I reacted to a video of a Canadian ice hotel where you're expected to pay for the luxury of this, sleeping on a block of ice. So some people actually pay to do this. And apparently, lots of Canadians out here, catching some Z's, getting a good rest on the old block of ice bed. Nothing to see here. Okay. Meanwhile, in Canada, what is this animal? It's a moose without antlers that is skidding all over the ground. This is kind of scary. You know what else I'm wondering? What is this police officer or animal control? What are they about to do? What do they think they are about to accomplish? Is he going to reach out and wrestle the moose? Like, is there any point? Is there any purpose to his stance? Like, is he about to get aggressive with that moose? Because I feel like the moose would just demolish him, in a straight up physical contest. So maybe he's about to jump on it and ride it? That'd be scary, like running up to a moose, but dang, respect, I guess, confronting the moose. Snow won't save you from getting a parking ticket. Dang! Oh my god. Man, the officer had to go through some effort just to shovel snow off the car and then kick them while they're down. Their car is already buried in snow, but you're still getting a ticket. I see some cars in the background of the photo. Honestly, that means whoever owns this car probably just left it there and has just not worried about it for who knows how long. Based on the other cars, it could be like days or weeks. This car has just been sitting here in cold storage. So maybe they deserve a ticket, honestly. But yes, snow won't save you. Won't save. Canadian cops are willing to literally shovel the snow off to give you your deserved ticket. Good. If you know what made those marks, you might be Canadian. Oh, geez. So it's a box. Is this a freezer or a little fridge or a cooler? And it's got a bunch of dots on it, a bunch of marks. Is this like an animal thing? Like, not raccoons trying to get into your cooler, but what, like geese or moose or what? I don't know. I'm not Canadian, so I don't know what made these marks. I don't understand this reference. I don't get it. All right, I was doing pretty good so far, but I don't know. If you know what made those marks, you might be Canadian. It's on a. Where are we? Okay, this is just a mystery I'm not going to solve. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you understand that reference. I don't get it. Um, Canadian ultrasound. Oh my god. It's funny. The little hockey baby with his little hockey stick and ice skates in his little sitting in his little womb, little Canadian in the ultrasound, but this is also a little like disturbing in a way. Like I'm scared of those ice skates. They're sharp. Like I immediately start thinking of this too real, too practically, where it's like, okay, how are we going to give birth to this Canadian baby? How are we going to make sure the mother isn't harmed? And how those skates don't cause any internal damage to the organs. I think about this way too literally to have any enjoyment out of it, unfortunately. But yes, Canadian ultrasound, indeed. All right, and finally, we have, sorry I was late for work. The traffic was horrible. The traffic. Yeah, not the traffic I was imagining, but I get it. Our Tim Hortons, man, I bet if you go during rush hour or, morning, where everyone wants their coffee, the drive-thrus must be crazy. I don't really go to Starbucks or anything, but when I pass by Starbucks, the drive-thru always looks like this. And I can imagine in the morning, oh, help me God, oh man, how long it must be. And Tim Hortons is, like, basically the go-to coffee spot in, like, Canada, basically, for a lot of Canadians, from what I understand. So, man, if there's a drive-thru, this must be literally the truth. It must be crazy. Just part of your normal routine. Had to wake up 2 hours early for work today to get my Timmies. Or you just be late for work, because the traffic was horrible. That's the line you use. Okay, I get it. But yeah, there we have it. That is the end of the memes for today. I enjoyed these quite a bit. These were actually very funny. Not too many that were too disturbing. A couple of nuances or mysteries here I didn't quite get, but I think I understood most of these, and this is actually, like, super enjoyable. A lot of very funny, entertaining Canadian references in this batch. So, yeah, you could say I really enjoyed the funny Canadian memes today. Anyway, if you enjoyed these as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.